Yes. Is I. Me. I grace you once more with my presence. Did you know video games exist? Did you know they existed before 2005? This is Breath of Fire 3. Welcome on in, Panda, Bane, Clem. Goodbye, Clem. Thank you for the quotes, Bane. I've taken care of them. So, Breath of Fire 3, a game I promised Bane I would do at some point, and I'm committed to doing before the end of the year on PlayStation. A game that Bane quite enjoys. I have it on his word that the PlayStation version is better than the PSP, which I believe wasn't released in the US. Because, like Tales of Eternia, Sony had a policy that I don't believe is still in effect. They had a policy that publishers were not allowed to re-release games on any of their systems if they had been released on their systems previously, unless they had a specific amount of new content. I forget how much, like 25-30%. As a result, the US missed out on several PSP remakes, remasters, ports of PS1 RPGs, the most notable of which being Tales of Eternia, released in the US originally as Tales of Destiny 2. Not to be confused with the actual Tales of Destiny 2, which has never had a Western release. And Breath of Fire 3. I've been meaning to get into the Breath of Fire series for a long time, generally anyway. I had Breath of Fire 4 growing up, and I played some of that, but never really got too deep into it. Does it still have the 5-character limit? Yes, it does. Ugh. Yeah, it's Ninja. How you doing, Ninja? So let's start Breath of Fire 3. Bane's favourite game in a series he quite enjoys. PS1 got a bunch of shit at the time. Like, various developers and publishers would get a bunch of shit at the time on the PS1 for games that used 2D sprites, with 3D backgrounds. It was a big push, Sony push for it in particular, of full 3D games. But they have aged really well. On top of looking generally good to begin with, they have aged really well. Doing your best. That's all anyone can ask of you. Still alive? Dude, you just throw a fucking rock at this dragon? Ah, interesting. We'll figure out this dilemma together. So do I, Ben. So do I. I expect to, though. God damn, they are dead. I expect to, though, given the pedigree the series has. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I can't access the controls yet. There's not going to be an option to make the controls isometric, are there? Excellent, I'm glad you did, Bane. I also really enjoyed the Dino Crisis 2 stream. It was a fun stream. Ooh, a melted blade. He's not moving because he's dead. I feel pressured, streamer. Thank you for the resub, Teak, and also the resub Clem. I didn't mention that. No, I understand, Bane. You always gotta put your own life first. A dragon? Alive? No. Can't do the voice. I'm not a seductive woman. One of my greatest failings in life. I'm gonna leave this man alone. He's done nothing to me. Not like that other guy who threw a rock at me. One day we'll get the voice modulator. Then I'll be a seductive one. Oh, this costs nothing. It kills people. Nice. What do you have? Al's burnt. Looks like he's dead. Just like the gods foretold. Yeah. How you doing, Zeke? I do hope to one day get to Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. That game sounds quite intriguing to me, and I've had it for a while. Probably over 10 years at this point. To be fair, I've had most of my PS2 collection over 10 years at this point. Hello. I'm not your mother. He's dead, Jib. He's not moving anymore. This does look really nice, though. I really like these graphics. Like, I expect the good sprite work. Capcom was really good about that. back in the 90s. But like these 3D environments also look really clean. Excuse you, I've not eaten anybody. Okay. Leave him there. In his own waste. Why aren't you wearing a shirt? Foolish man. Oh, there you go. It's not a shoulder button, you have to hold R1 and turn it left and right. How strange. But then once you let go, it rotates back. What an odd design. Hello. Do. Digging up dead bodies. Hello. Ah, stairs. So, as I understand it, the Breath of Fire series is a contained world. It's not multiple universes like Final Fantasy. Each game takes place at different points in time in the same world, I believe. Well, that was curious. Oh, you motherfucker. Very ambiguous between 1, 2, and 3. Two and 3 separate sequels to fuck out of it. Up yours. Progress. Dragon Guard 2 and Dragon Guard. Yeah. If it wasn't for this year of PlayStation, I would have stuck to the idea of doing the series in order, like I intend to do with Dragon Guard 2 Nier. In, like, release order. Up my butt. Never seen the Dragon Guard games, though. We'll get to them eventually. Absolutely, I'm interested in them, and I'd like to do the Drakengard Near Meta series in release order, which absolutely nobody recommends. Currently playing Drakengard 3, nice. I did buy Drakengard 3, it was the only one I didn't have access to. I did buy that digitally on PS3. Back when there was the worry that they were shutting down the ability to purchase games on there.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
That's a naked boy. There you go, rats in the tail. Now you don't have to look at the butt. What a funky track. Is that dinner? Don't ask me. I ain't got no clue, darling. Told you, don't ask me. True. I'm definitely not implicated in the destruction of Krypton. Depends on the continuity. Sometimes it's just a natural disaster. Sometimes it's Brainiac. Sometimes it's both. No, we never mention Romulus. Don't. Romulans had it coming, though. Dreams again. I could believe that the Romulans would destroy Krypton. That looks like a save point. You see a diary. Unfortunately, you can't read. Absolutely how it goes in Dragon Quest V. It's all like, hey, you're following your father around the world. Unfortunately, you're young and stupid and can't read. Alright. Smells burnt. That's a basket. Okay. Also smells burnt. Vitamin. Well, I'm off. See ya. Eat your venom and worms, kids. Does this game not actually have random encounters? Is it enemies on the field map? That'd be wild for a game released in 97. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Meow. I have good news, kids. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream previously, but I have come into... I've managed to acquire the PC version of Silent Hill 2. And I've applied the Enhanced Edition fan patch to it. It's very nice. So we may get a Silent Hill 2 follow-up stream next year. Yay. Where the fuck am I going? Not intentionally. There's definitely nothing up there. You can absolutely run into these monsters. Oh, you're not monsters. Yeah, so it should be decent. I've been debating streaming Silent Hill 2 again generally anyway. Having the Enhanced Edition is really nice. I'd like to go through with that. Maybe also stream Silent Hill 3 again. I didn't enjoy it all that much last time, and I think that's because I was pushing myself with it. We ended up doing Silent Hill 3 in 2 sessions, and... like, that got kind of rough. We'll see. Bunch of stuff I'd like to do next year. I'd like to do Final Fantasy 13 too. Hello. Hey kid, you're not wearing any clothes. You're literally just draped in a bedspread. In a blanket. Nobody seems to find this concerning. Blouse. Well, I can't open my menu, so that doesn't matter. Free. Also the woods. What a curious world map. That's right. These aren't pajamas, I'm literally just covered in a blanket. My dingling is hanging out just freely. Once again, I'm left unattended. How the hell do you know my name? Absolutely. Yes, how did you know that? So 1997 was a big year for PlayStation. A big year for RPGs. Big year for video games. Final Fantasy 7 hit. And Symphony of the Night, of course. Not used to wearing clothes. My feet feel restricted. Yeah, I scratched it. But let's see what else there was. What else that mattered. Bam, bam. 1997 video game. Oh, The Curse of Monkey Island. Star Fox 64. GoldenEye. I used to forget that came out in like 2 years after the movie. Tomb Raider 2, Diddy Kong Racing, Turok, the original Fallout. I think we can all agree, though, most importantly, Mortal Kombat Mythology is Sub-Zero. The Blade Runner game, Abe's Odyssey, Sonic R, Tekken 3. I thought Tekken 3 was 98. Blood, Dodonpachi, Postal, Kirby's Dream Land 3, which I think was the last game released on SNES in the West. Broken Sword 2. What a year for video games. Bad mood over the poor harvest, probably not helped by you trying to steal what little food they have. Ah yes, the road, where there's always work. The Ural Road. Ural. Ural. Ural? And mug people. I don't know, mug sounds worse than steel. Original GTA was 97 also. That makes sense. I feel like GTA 2 was 99. Now, of course, GTA 3 was 2001. 98 would have been the London expansion packs, most likely. Oh no, they're following me. Oh, I can attack people. Oh. It's interesting. So, like, you can point in the 4 cardinal directions, but if you attack, it automatically turns you to the point to the left. Go have Christmas that year. Ah. Just stands there. Okay. Raised lockpicking, alright. We'll work this out as we go. Alright, this is the road. Ah. McNeil. Where Mayor McNeil's 10th farmers live. Curious. I'm guessing that's McNeil's mansion. Oh, there is random encounters. Etta, Atk, Abel, Death, and Use. Pilfer. Boss Goblin, Goblin, and Goblin. There. And heal. Alright. Let's go. Ooh. Look how long into this game it'll be before I have to start grinding. They should have done more damage now that there's nothing in the front row for them. What a coward. I will say though, it's definitely interesting that a game for 97 doesn't have dedicated battlefields. So you just run into enemies on the road, fight them, and then go back to traveling. Like, that's interesting. You don't see that often. I actually started playing Tales of Zestiria off stream, and I was kind of surprised that Tales of Zestiria does that, and that's a game that came out on late PS3. Windia. Wasn't that the main villain of Suikoden? Why don't we go fishing? There's a river there. Alright. Sounds reasonable. Now this definitely has the potential to cause awkward issues with battle visibility. I respect the play though. Definitely respect it. We should try aiming for the boss first. We jump out and go ooga booga. I know, Ray doesn't look like he's a kid. Looks like a tiger man. He looks like somebody who'd know where food is. Well, that went well. I want this bag. Right, so he came from this direction, so presumably his house is in this direction. That and a slime. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a bird. Nobody likes T-Paw, I understand. Ah, very good. Wonderful. And we got money! How much do we have? Oh, I can see the menu now. You change. Alright. Hello, fish person. I think we should rob this fish person who apparently has a lot of food. Reaches out? Oh, Bunyan probably lives in the village, doesn't he? What's in the bag, fish man? Mage goo, eye goo. Pick out the mage goo first. Some Manillo. It's the Manillo. Not much, man. What's a Manillo with you? Level up. Killing monsters has made me smarter. That's how that works, right? Surprised at how low the encounter rate seems to be so far. Is it? Second salmon exclamation mark popped up. recurring species in the series. I do appreciate stuff like that. It helps the series feel more like a cohesive world. If things like that keep recurring. Ah, wonderful. Nothing. Hello. It's a separate battle screen. Huh. Antidote. Smells burnt. Weapon shop, item shop, barrel, inn, hidden vitamin. I appreciate games of this era that will tell you what items do when you highlight them, because not every game does that. Oh, you, sir, have bossed the... Oh, no, never mind. Curious. So there is weight as a stat. That could become a problem at some point. Something to bear in mind. Ooh, nice. There's a lot of stuff I miss about old school RPGs. Thinker. Character portraits, I can definitely agree with, though. So often these days, they're just 3D... They're just the 3D renders of characters. It's like with Mario. Like, whenever Mario's depicted for, like, most of the last 28 years, it's been with the, whatever is the current 3D render. One thing I really appreciated, I think starting with 3D World, is they started bringing back the 2D artwork that they used to have for it, and doing new 2D artwork. And it's really nice. Really appreciate it. Wait a minute, was Bunyan the guy who was at the... who was chopping wood? Go and check that. People, what are you doing? I respect that the characters in your party aren't just tied to your path. Kind of surprising. Like, they don't just follow your steps exactly. They make their own moves based on how far you are. Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 8 had characters that would just follow your path exactly. It was always kind of funny. We're gonna attack that woman. Everybody's attacking Sipo. Doing Secret Mana also. Yeah, I've heard there's a real issue with Secret of Mana of characters pathfinding not being very good and characters getting trapped on scenery. And you can't move the camera along. When they do that, you have to go back and free them. Yeah. I'm in talks of setting up a Secret of Mana playthrough sometime next year. Co-op Secret of Mana playthrough. But we'll see what comes of that. Issue they didn't resolve in the remake. Did they fix anything in the remake, though? Everybody just wants Tipo dead. It's definitely worth it in terms of experience to make sure the boss goblin dies. New car paint, game has the same AI. I'm quite interested in trying out the Trials of Mana remake. But I would like to do the original first. I want to go back to Final Fantasy Adventure and give it another try. Oh, you enjoyed the Secret Mana remake? I remember you were pretty heavily against it. I remember you bought it and had no interest in playing it. But yeah, we'll see about Final Fantasy Adventure next year. About a lot of things. Game with freeze and stuff. Ugh. if the Vita emulator doesn't really get anywhere by the time I want to do it, I'll have to bust out the PSTV to stream Adventures of Mana. But I would like to stream Adventures of Mana at some point. Oh, yeah, I mean, you say you still enjoyed it. I am quite interested in Visions of Mana, actually. I'm gonna find the Mana Sword down here, am I? Beef jerky. Is it smoked? Oh, 16 bits per. Yeah, I've seen the 3D models in the remake and they're not pleasant. Really low effort, it looks like. Like, didn't it run off the same engine as Adventures of Mana? And Adventures of Mana was an Android game. It was a mobile and Vita game only. How much firewood? Pixel remaster. Yeah. There's too much focus on remaking games rather than just properly remastering them. I mean, the collection of Mana is at least a re-release of them, but it's kind of disappointing that it's only available on Switch. You mean where this monster that's eating all the animals apparently came from? Is it? I thought it changed it to square. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Oh no, it is triangle. So you get them as soon as they start falling over. You do it before that and you will hit Sipo for some reason. You want to give us an idea of how many you want? Nothing left of his face. You impress Queen Braun, but not the nobles. Have I done enough RPGs this year? Do we not get to eat? Oh no, monsters! Bunyan just immediately like peace out. Monsters? I'll fight children, but I won't fight monsters. I don't think that's a saying. Age group. Ugh. Maybe I should have done a bit of grinding while Ray was still in the party. Oh well. I hope this is the right one. Hello. Oh yeah, I can heal. That's gonna be worth remembering, actually. You had the initiative, Tipo. You couldn't have gotten that critical on the first turn. Alright, this monster said he was going to teach us something about camping. Healing. I'm sorry, what? Skill notes. The master list. Oh, thanks. Interesting. Definitely getting stronger. Always appreciate an RPG that makes each level feel noticeable. Every level you gain matters. There's so many RPGs where individual levels really don't feel like they mean much. Oh hey, the cage. Okay, and see how well this works. Not bad, but these birds are still enough of a problem that two of them is a concern. Good experience payout for them, though. What does a green apple do? Ah. I like more of those. I never like using healing items that will heal me for more than my max HP. Hmm. I'm sorry, I can't divulge information about a customer's secret illegal account. Oh crap, shouldn't have said he was a customer. Oh crap, shouldn't have said it was a secret. Oh crap, they shouldn't have said it was illegal. That's a good heal. You really have to have the critical on what would be the guaranteed last hit anyway. Jeez. Hope you enjoyed that, Bane. Look, Big Daddy, it's regular Daddy. Thank you. Oh, this is new. Oh, wow. I like that it does give you an HP readout when you've already defeated an enemy. It keeps the first time as a mystery, an enemy that you don't know how you should approach the first time. But every time after that, like, it's a really, really nice detail. Classic Simpsons is great. I know, we'll take the spruce. Hop in. But sir, I said hop in. That's still one of my favorites. Well, I don't have enough AP for that. Know where I'm going. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction I am going. Who's biting the trees? Wow, they look terrifying from the front. I should definitely stop by the village, buy some items. Ah, there we go. Help me, random people. Yeah. I am genuinely very interested in doing a dedicated Castlevania Day stream next year. Just like keeping it going throughout the entire year. There's a day where we'll just play Castlevania stuff, including the stuff that we've already streamed. Is Ninja still lurking? Yeah, it says Ninja's still here. So Ninja will get to enjoy, what is it? Foul beasts? Begone, damn beasts. Whatever the fuck he says. Level 4. Substantially playing a day. If we choose some of the classic games rather than like some of the Metroidvania games or the Lord Shadow game, and we do an extended stream, say like Castlevania 1, Adventure, Belmont's Revenge, Legends, Bloodlines, Chronicles. Like, say you stream for 8 hours, you could probably get 3 or 4 of those games done if you're good enough in one day. I mean, to be fair, some of the Metroidvanias aren't that long either. Aria of Sorrow was comfortably doable in about 3.5 hours. No, I should visit the inn first. Cover everything. Hello. Oh yeah, I haven't saved. But yeah, it'd be good to get back to more Castlevania. Really did. I appreciate they give you the option of saving after you've had the rest instead of having to go back into the menu to do it. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing Castlevania Chronicles earlier this year, and we really haven't done classic Castlevania in a long time outside of that. It's really good stuff. I'd love to do like all the Bloodlines on stream, and like like Castlevania 3, absolutely. All right. Oh, these are just 2. I have actually streamed Super Castlevania 4, I think, 2 or 3 times, all the way through. Like, we'll do it again, make no mistake. But Super Castlevania 4, I've done more than once on stream. I love in the final battle with Dracula where, like, you get to the second phase and it starts playing Theme of Simon. That's great. I love that. It's such a nice touch. I'm gonna get 5 of these. Let's see what weapons we can buy. The monsters are really not dropping much in the way of cash. So I can buy a knife for one of us. I can buy braces for both. Bandana. How much will I get? I could use the melted blade the entire time. What else? How does that compare to what I've got at the minute? Well. But yeah, some Castlevania would be nice. I actually finished Dawn of Sorrow on stream. I got the Dominus collection, but I might still do... I don't know, I might show it off on the Dominus collection. Or I might use the ROM hack that just completely removes the touchscreen stuff and the seals. The seals are bad enough, generally, even when you're playing an actual DS. But the rest of the touchscreen stuff is a major pain when you're not playing on actual hardware. And the Dominus collection doesn't give you a good alternative to it. Gives you a reasonable way of dealing with the seals, doesn't give you a good alternative to the rest of the touchscreen stuff. I also would not mind doing Order of Ecclesia. I've played Order of Ecclesia in like 15 years. I say play, I haven't beaten Order of Ecclesia in like 15 years. That'd be nice to go back to. The fuck is that? Ah, good, it's weak to fire. As all plants should be. Oh god, it does big damage. Oh, so count as just a possibility, not a character-specific thing. Cool. I think I'm gonna go back and use the yen again. It's still a net profit, but I'm not happy about it. What else is there? I never did stream Mirror of Fate. The mid-game in the Lord of Shadow game. Sure, look at the battle menu more. During battle. Tactically, this doesn't look any more like any different really to this. So I'm wondering, like, does this lower attack while raising defense? Look, lady, I'm paying for the night. Yeah, so doing a Mirror of Fate wouldn't be a bad idea. I genuinely don't want to do Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Mostly because it's just, a lot of it is boring. Grinding. You know, if you know exactly what you're doing, the game is still boring. Big problem with it. Just a lot of grinding for hearts to buy the right items that you need. So... yeah, let's probably give that a miss. The adventure's rough, but with a couple of ROM hacks on it, it's not as bad as it could be. Mostly the speed hack. Like, both Adventure and Belmont's Revenge have a hack to increase the character's speed. Christopher Belmont. Increase Christopher Belmont's speed. These are just going to be everywhere here, aren't they? I don't think Belmont's Revenge really needs. And Kristen moves fast enough in Belmont's Revenge, I think, to just be fine. But in the adventure, absolutely. Absolutely want it. I was supposed to look at the battle menu. Let's keep going for a minute. Come on, damn beast. That feels like that could have actual effects on something. It's gonna be a dangerous fight. think you're the only one who can answer that, Ninja. Oh, it said it was down in 2 hits now. Look at the fucking battle menu, Chrono, jeez. Oh, that's not escape. Yeah, I thought it was Alucard who said that, but I'm sure I remember it being a thing during the DLC where you play as Alucard. Getting close to level 5. Weather Vane. I would have thought you'd just go through the stream archive, because I remember it being like towards the end of the playthrough. I don't know what this is doing. These are some good stat increases. Ooh, a pointed stick. Let's open this, clear some mobs, yeah. So if it wasn't in the DLC, that leaves one very specific point where it could have been, if it did come from Alucard. Learn enemy skills, certain monsters have them. Ah, that's not useful anyway. I don't like blue magic though. Ooh. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna stick as Tipo for a while. I think the biggest concern to generally have with games of this era, particularly RPGs, is a bunch of them were designed very specifically for you to have the manual with them. And sometimes not having the manual can be a really big problem. It's an issue going back to the original Legend of Zelda. The manual came with a full-color map of Hyrule that detailed all of the secrets. I've heard it's also an issue with Trials of Mana. The game is... you're intended to get details from the manual for which characters to select. I got a coin. Yeah. I definitely had at least one game that came with a walkthrough for the early section. I don't remember what it was, though. We made a bunch of money from this area. Oh, great. We have been going the right way. Good to know. So I can just walk through here now. That's really nice. Really appreciate JRPGs that don't have random encounters on the world map. Like, that was such an underrated thing in Luna Still the Star Story Complete, that the world map had no random encounters. Of course, that game had no random encounters in general, so... It was really nice. Kinda surprised how slow-paced this game's been. Kinda refreshing. That does not sound appealing at all, Bane. So we're gonna have to work out how badly the weight system affects our agility. This is a weight of 4, this is a weight of 2, this is a weight of 4, but they both lower our agility by 1 point. Fixed it in the GBA version. I wonder if it's fixed in one of the ROM hacks I have. Let's take a look real. What I have, the War of the Goddess hack. Breath of Fire 2 translated. I don't have that. Here we go, War of the Goddess. Take a look. Uh, hold the cancel button to dash. Optional addendum, double your XP and Zen rewards, restore the original font and or change menu icons to use text. Majority of the censorship removed. Greatly expanded script featuring terms and story elements of later games, unique character personalities based on the manga, Breath of Fire, Warrior of the Dragon. Ensured consistency with terms used in Breath of Fire 2, retranslated by Ryusei. Optional appendices to aid your journey. These are not required to play the game. Project does not include, but combines well with encounter rate fix. What's Breath of Fire Definitive Edition? This does include the encounter rate fix. Features the Goddess of War of the Goddess rewrite along with numerous other gameplay balance, quality, and life change. I may have to pick up this version. But I'd like to get to OG Breath of Fire at some point. I do really like how this world map is presented. Alright. I do really appreciate ROM hacks that work to improve the original game or restore it to how it was originally intended if it was changed by the localizers. Like when we did Lunar Silver Star Story complete, guarantee I would not have enjoyed that as much without the unworking designs patch. One of the working designs, localizations, I can't remember which game it is, might be Luna's Eternal Blue complete, had the whole thing of having to pay to save, which wasn't in the original release. Like, removing that's just absolutely something I appreciate. I didn't realize that's what these things were called. I thought Ray was just using a generic term for them. It is kind of surprising they don't give you the ability to properly rotate the camera in these environments. Like, it's weird that they give you a half measure for it, rather than just saying yes or no. Like this being like, oh yeah, you can turn it within, like, maybe just under a 90-degree angle. But the minute you let go of the button, it'll just snap back into place. Oh, you can move it up and down as well. Like, it's weird that they do that, than just not give you the ability to control it at all. Oh no, the enemies can counter now. Fix it in 4? Nice. Is it Breath of Fire 3 or Breath of Fire 4 that has that desert? I know 4 has a desert, but like, is it Breath of Fire 3 or 4 that has the desert where they lie to you about how to get through it? One experience point. It's this game. Alright, excellent. I've heard about that. Whoa. Alright, so... absolutely whittle down the numbers first. Take out the weakest. Even an attack from a weak enemy is an attack. And they build up. It is a mistranslation. Well, I made a mistake there. Well, we're playing this vanilla. Like, this isn't a hack or anything. It's the game as was released. So it's not something we'll be able to avoid. Only got 9 experience for 4 enemies. Maybe I should have bought more apples. Okay, I made it. Heavy Caro? Oh, okay. Depot. I have the high ground. Okay, you know what? Next time we're just gonna focus on the mage group. Oh yeah, level 6, baby. Oh yeah, healing herbs. I didn't get an apple. I only found 1 apple. Excellent. Cloth shield. Yeah, let's go with that. You know. Oh, we don't have any abilities that hit multiple targets yet. Much as I would like one. I'm quite liking this so far. Slow pace is quite enjoyable. I tell you what I want to do at some point, actually. Dragon Warrior 7. A game that's legendary for its incredibly slow opening. To the point that the 3DS remake massively cut down the opening. Though, in all honesty, I would like to just do some Dragon Quest generally. I've not touched Dragon Quest on this stream. What Dragon Quest would I do first? The HD 2D remake of 3 is coming out, and I do genuinely think Dragon Quest 3 is one of the most impressive RPGs of its time. Didn't get very far. I feel like Dragon Quest 9 suffers with its multiplayer focus if you don't have people to play it with. Which is kind of a shame. Because if you do have people to play it with, it is actually really engaging. It's a great idea. I wish they'd release it on a modern platform with some kind of proper multiplayer functionality for online or whatever. Because it was genuinely really fun. I was very lucky that I was able to play that game at the time with friends. It was great. Dragon Quest 11 is just eternally on the backlog. Yeah. As Final Fantasy has gone and moved so much further away from what it originally was, I feel an increased respect for Dragon Quest. In that it tried new ideas consistently over the years, while still remaining true to what it began as. Like, Dragon Quest 1, super simple, is the first JRPG. Dragon Quest 2 is a big evolution of the formula. Dragon Quest 3... If you look at Dragon Quest 3, and it's amazing, it's only the third game in the series, it's so much bigger, it's broader. The scope is so much larger. You create your party members in a similar way to how you do in Dragon Quest 9. If you're not playing multiplayer. Which, like, for a game released on the NES, is crazy. You can just have all these party members you can keep creating like that. Dragon Quest 4. Chapters of the Chosen. Like, the name's really important. Because, like, every member of your party has a story that you play through before they join the party. In the original release, you don't meet the main character until after you've played through every chapter of the party. So you know who they are and where they come from before you ever meet the main character. And it's a really interesting idea. I do genuinely think, like, if you're into JRPGs, it's worth checking out some of the older Dragon Quest games. With the original 3 getting these HD 2D remakes, making them more accessible, that's great. Although 1, 2, and 3 are already available on Switch in admittedly kind of a bland form. But there's arguably not a bad way to play them. That Super Famicom version of Dragon Quest 3 looks amazing, though. I really hope that Square follow up the HD 2D trilogy of Dragon Quest 1 through 3 with some kind of modern release of 4, 5, and 6, and 7 and 8. Yeah, like, why not? All of them. Make them all playable in some way on modern platforms. They're all worth playing. Right. The Toriyama, like, I've criticized Toriyama designs in the Dragon Quest games for being very simple designs. Not simple designs, very recurring designs that reappear throughout a lot of his work. Which is absolutely true. But the actual individual artwork of the games, the promotional artwork and such, is fantastic. Really nice. Yeah, I think the problem isn't the artwork so much as the designs that I have a bit of criticism for, but the artwork itself is great. I do also physically own Dragon Quest VI, Realms of Reverie on DS. I mean, you know that, Bane. We've spoken about it before. How I bought it sealed, really cheap, and then opened it because I wanted to play it. I don't collect. I buy to play. Yeah, when the HD 2D version of Dragon Quest 3 comes out, Bane, I don't know how into 1 and 2 you'd be, because 1 is super simple. If you can get into the idea of just playing an old-school, simple JRPG that is that simple, I think you can be quite charming and engaging. But I also play it on Game Boy Color, so, you know, there's that. Dragon Quest 2 is more, but it's still an old RPG. But, like, I do openly recommend Dragon Quest 3. When the HD 2D remake comes out, like, definitely take a look at it. I think you'd probably quite enjoy it. recommend it, Ben. I hope you enjoy it. If you ever see Dragon Quest 4 or 5 for DS for like cheap or cheap enough, recommend picking them up. 5 is always one I recommend, and 4 is really good too. Of course, if you're just openly willing to emulate, Super Famicom version of 3, well worth doing. The DS versions of 4, 5, and 6 worth playing even through emulation. I don't know how expensive Dragon Quest 8 is now on PS2. I haven't done Tales of the Abyss yet. I have it on 3DS. I've had it on 3DS for years. But at this point, I'm pretty committed to streaming my first playthrough of it. Part of the reason why I started Tales of Zestiria, I was considering starting Tales of Symphonia, and I had the thought of like, you guys would probably be more interested in watching me play older Tales games for the first time than newer Tales games. Like, you'd probably be more interested in seeing me play Symphonia, Abyss, Vesperia, Legendia for the first time than you would be like Vesperia or Arise or Zestiria, so that's why I started Zestiria off stream. But yeah, I hope you enjoy a bit, Bane. I look forward to doing it soon, enough myself. Get around to doing that. I was talking with Chance about it recently. I feel like I should stream my first playthrough of it, because originally I was going to stream it for Chance. It was going to be, I think that was back when we did Silent Hill, and Chance solved a few of the puzzles. And I said, like, if you can solve the next one before I do, I'll play like whatever game you want. And he didn't, but I was like, you know, you've solved enough. I'll play Tales of the Abyss for you, and then it crashed and we weren't able to go with it because using OPL on PS2, Tales of the Abyss had the crashing problem. But I feel like my first playthrough for that has to be streamed to make it a chance. So I've not done Tales of the Abyss since. I've confirmed that it works through emulation, the PS2 version. I transferred my save file to the PC and booted it up and played past where it kept crashing to confirm that it wouldn't crash there. So I know it works. So that'll be something we can do on stream. Something we will do on stream. Yeah, I don't know how much Dragon Quest 8 goes for, but if you don't already have that, I recommend that on PS2. Specifically PS2, like, the PS2 version's better than the 3DS version. Alright, let's do this. Marching probably to my death. Smells burnt. That's a curious looking monster. Alright, it's a boss, so don't hold back. Before we do this boss, let's take a quick look at the price of it. Because if it's particularly bad, I can always just lend you my copy. Yeah, Dragon Quest Journey. £20. Pound. Not bad. £20 at CEX. Actually, kind of surprised. I expected it to be worse. It's pretty cheap. I'm guessing they put out enough copies of it. I know it hit platinum. My copy of it is a platinum copy. So it would have sold enough for the reprint. It's like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy 12. None of those go for a high price. Hmm. Ooh, power food. Oh, it's poisoned. That's not great damage. Yeah, if I'm getting better damage off regular attacks, let's see what fire's like. There you go, fire's the one. Yeah, Dragon Quest VIII. Dragon Quest VIII is a game I picked up back in the day that I always loved the aesthetic of. Because it's the first 3D Dragon Quest game. It's full 3D, cel shaded, Toriyama style. And it looks fantastic, and visually it's aged really well. Like, Teek's been streaming it recently, and it just looks great, even upscaled. God damn it. Right, I got nothing for that fight, though. Beat a powerful enemy and got nothing. There's always Dragon Quest XI as well. That's on everything now, yeah. It is on all the platforms at the minute. Even Xbox. Huh. In the process of trying to find Ray, we have now out-leveled Ray. Crazy. Let's see. Ray, you attack the Aigu. Tipo and Mecha will attack the Mage Goo. Multiple vitamins this time. Ah. You know, that's a good use of terminology. Here's a vitamin. It restores 100 HP to a single party member. Here's vitamins. They restore 100 HP to the entire party. Makes sense. Makes sense. Again, like, I appreciate criticals, but not when they're on the last hit that's guaranteed to kill the enemy anyway. And we've injured it. True. We're getting some good stat gains here. Probably keep following the blood or I'm likely to get lost. That's not the monster. Was it a trap? I mean, yeah, that was pretty obvious. Hello? Well, thanks, Tipo. Maybe there's another path. Zombie? That's concerning because we did good damage there. And it's still alive. So what do you guys prefer when it comes to these old school PS1 RPGs? Do you prefer fully 3D environments or the pre-rendered environments you find in like Final Fantasy and Parasite Eve? Oh no. Each has a certain charm. Yeah. I think it depends on how they're handled. The pre-rendered ones can absolutely have a higher level of detail, which is really nice. I feel like Parasite Eve really could have done with a map, though. Like, I think the two big problems Parasite Eve had were the lack of a map and the slow movement speed. Say protection versus death. That's a worrying thing to see this early in the game. Maybe you should play more JRPGs, Ninja, so you can have a horse in this race. I think it's a terrible idea. You find one you like first. Why did you choose from? Especially these days. Like, we're probably in the best era to try and get into JRPGs since the PlayStation. We would have drowned. I love when these sprite-based games have dedicated animations for this stuff. That's so much personality. That's a bunch of enemies. Good critical. That zombie just killed the bat? Uh-oh. What do we think would be a good JRPG for Ninja to try and get into? Also a good critical. Appreciate that. Something sci-fi, maybe? Leans a little closer to Mass Effect. Fantasy Star? But if Ninja's not into JRPGs to begin with, Fantasy Star's not a great place to start. Mostly because of the age of them. I've had people who love Fantasy Star 2 straight up tell me that I should play that game with a guide. Which is always concerning. Oh, food. Oh. Yeah, I'll have that. I think Final Fantasy 9 or 7. Looking at a list right now. I mean, we can all give you recommendations that'll cover likely most of what you've got on a list. Chrono Trigger is a really good example. Easy enough to play and really engaging. Moves fast enough that the plot generally always keeps you engaged. I feel that way with Final Fantasy VI as well. I feel like Final Fantasy VI plot never really stalls. So it's like it's always going, and in that respect always keeps you engaged. Especially with its character focus. But Final Fantasy VI also has the issue with a lot of status effects, which can be a real problem for beginners. I wouldn't say that. Calling an animal is always at its most dangerous. Do it. I can always recommend Skies of Arcadia as an RPG that does everything really well. Of course, the issue is actually playing Skies of Arcadia. Because Sega won't fucking re-release it. Alright, last antidote. I expected that to do more damage. Strange. Yep, that was the heal time. Yeah, I've got nothing that's gonna bring him up. It's really frustrating.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
If that jolt had gone off a second time, though, we would have absolutely lost. Yeah, it's definitely guard in that cave. Is that a nest? Boss usually uses a jolt a lot more, so I got quite lucky. Probably been Parasite Eve games. Since you played them back in the day. I don't know, having played Parasite Eve earlier this year. No. It's an interesting example of its own thing. It's definitely got a lot of problems. I wouldn't straight up call it a proper RPG. I'm not saying yes I would. Absolutely an RPG. Yep. Babies. Best. Well, that's morbid. There's always weird categorizations for RPGs. Like when people call Zelda an RPG, and it's like, it's really not. Yeah, action adventure, definitely. I'd still say Dark Souls is an RPG at its core. And we get into the argument of like how to define what we refer to as RPGs. And I think stat growth through stats might be the important part. Dude, this really is not the time to be smug. Actually, a fair point. A little weird that nobody decides, you know, we'll bring this fresh meat back. Oh, come on in, Bold Barons. I don't know, I've heard Octopath Traveler is very grindy. I've heard a lot of people enjoy that and then come up to a wall where they've got to do a lot of grinding to finish the game. Those birds are flying sideways. Yeah. It's part of the reason why I wouldn't recommend something like Dragon Quest or Shin Megami Tensei to you, Ninja, because grinding is inevitably involved. Fair point. A lot of food around if you want to cock and eat monsters. What if there's a good reason why they're not? Right. Three apples. I'm not convinced they're apples. They could just be cherries. Big cherries. There's Mecha just in the corner looking like a moron. Doesn't even know what day it is. I don't think they're quite Lembas. Just a teapot could be in charge. Monsters? Quick, bottleneck them on the bridge. Ah, you missed. Oh, goodness. Ooh, 2 healing herbs. That's a good haul. Oh, my health recovered. Wonderful. Now I don't have to rest at the inn to recover it. You know, Ninja, if you're interested in Octopath because of the visuals, you could check out the Live a Live remake. Absolutely, love a free heal. Learn to plan around them with Final Fantasy VII. Get used to where that game gives you free heals and learn to plan for them. Yeah, the Live a Live remake could be appealing to you, Ninja. 7 short scenarios, the same graphical style as Octopath. If you don't enjoy one story, you might enjoy one of the other stories. I feel like there's absolutely something out there you'd enjoy. I'm really interested in trying out that Romancing Saga 2 remake that's different from the previously existing Romancing Saga 2 remake. And like just the Saga series in general is known for being like kind of directionless. Probably not the best way to put it. More open in its design, letting you freely explore and find your own way. I feel like when we're talking about JRPGs for you as well, we have to be very focused on traditional JRPGs rather than like action RPGs or such. Which is part of the reason why I would discount Parasite Eve from that listing. And why I wouldn't mention something like Geese. Like, I'd recommend playing Geese generally. Really good. But I wouldn't say, oh yeah, Geese is a great JRPG series to get into. It's an action RPG. Ah, it's a cat. I see what you're saying. Meanwhile, at McNeil, if we didn't already know this village is named for the mayor, I think this is a really weird name for a village.
I am the storm that is approaching.
Oh, there's a man in his hoe. There's a man in a sickle. A man in a rake. There's a man in a beard. There's some woman with her boobs. There's another man with his beard. I mean, not really. Let's be fair, the new way killing all the animals was affecting us as well.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
And with his shirt off, too. What's this guy doing? Yeah, we risked our lives for you. None of us were held hostage or anything. We absolutely intended to save the village and not ourselves. Dude, what's going on with this guy? Like he's gonna just, at some point, drop all pretenses, grab one of the kids, and run away. Nope, nothing. Alright. But he was about to shank one of you. I can understand why. Yeah. Want to buy some death sticks? You don't want to sell me death sticks. Yeah, I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. Yeah, I want to go home and rethink my life. Okay. What an odd fellow. I mean, does the mayor have anything to prevent you all from ganging up on him and beating him to a pulp? Does he have a guard or anything? Hello. I don't think she's brushing that floor. Her brush at no point is touching that floor. Essentially a fortress. Fair enough. Wait till he comes out to inspect the village and then just like shank him. What are your taxes actually paying for out here anyway? Is he providing upkeep of the roads or something? Only a 2-point increase. He is a bit iffy. Only a 2-point increase in power over the bollock knife. Not really worth it, especially with the agility decrease. Again, only 2 points. Do I not have a spare bandana? I do not. Let's buy Ray a bandana. Isn't there like to buy a popular vote? You know, doesn't surprise me. Imagine he's the mayor just because he's the richest. So, like, as good enemies of capitalism, we should go and steal his stuff. Do with replenishing my supply of healing herbs. This isn't a special rate, this is what they cost before. Using ammonia to revive party members? In my way through the farms. And isn't doing any work. And doesn't have a shirt. Grass has grown, I can't talk to the scarecrow anymore. What if we kill McNeil? Take his stuff. He's cheap and greedy. He's a bitch. He's a maniac. Why do you bite me? Yeah, he stole the tax money and gave it back to the villagers. What's to stop him from coming back and taking it back? Oh no, I thought everybody was going to Sparta for a moment. I was wrong. I'll get on with Chief Irons. Nobody's leaving my town. Everybody's going to be taxed. Depot is ready. Got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Alright. Bounce. We haven't saved it since just after the first fight with the way. Gonna throw down a save state just to be safe. There's 7 hours until then. Yeah, they didn't go home, they didn't go out for a bit, they just stayed in the shack until the guy came back. Vitamin... Yeah, that's a wall, alright. It's a guy with a lamp. Odd. Yep. Now attached to the rest of the wall. Don't you mean, don't that just beat wall? Yeah, I just went in the right direction accidentally. I still want to explore the rest of the outside, like, don't put me inside. No. Yes. Lit. I got 1 XP. Better than nothing. What does this say? Read the sign. Steal the cows. Tipping them is perfectly okay, though. Oh, this is where we started, because I went in this house. Not goblins. Ooh, critical. Yeah, but if the guards can take out, like, if the guards can deal with the village, just the guards can probably deal with the goblins and the igus. I feel like a person is harder to kill than igus. Well, there's nothing else out there. Guess we'll just go back into the misaligned texture. That's how we find secrets in Doom. Yeah, kill the boss goblin. We run along the wall until we find the misaligned texture and we mash the use button. I don't see that. Hmm. Curious. Kill them. Kill them now. It was such a frustrating thing in Doom when I learned that some walls, some secret walls, you open up by shooting them. And I was like, what the hell is that? What kind of solution is that? Trying to break in here. Don't tell the guard you saw me, okay? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Is this a stealth section? Or am I gonna fight these guys? Oh, it's just right. I love how we were all down to just kill this man. It's like, cool, we were thieves, and we tried to avoid trouble as much as possible dealing with people, because we're just thieves. We killed a monster, and now we are down for blood. Oh, I got this 50 centy anyway. Easy come, easy go. There's something over here. I won't give you any more. My money. I'm gonna have to walk past one of these guys. Good day, sir. Ew. What are you doing here? So if a guy's got a lamp, we're not down to kill him? You say troubled, I think, like, the opposite. Sleeps well at night. Just weren't arrested. I let him try. We were down to kill that one guy because he saw us. You motherfucker. What about you? Alright. What about you? As lazy as I am. Well, it's getting handed in. Okay, so don't walk in front of him, is what he's saying. Why are you guys still up there? This has been a really fortunate run so far. I feel like it's hard to believe this is my first time playing this game. Oh, there's a lot of her. Ringing this bell feels like a bad idea. Well, that worked out. Oh, hey, that's the bell that means it's time for me to quit. I didn't see who rang, like who rung it or anything, but it's not my problem. I mean, especially in these old RPGs where you can't see everything. If it's not 2D, like top-down, that games like this will always hide something behind objects you can't look through. I don't know what's more surprising, that this fantasy world has cigarettes, or that this wasn't censored for the Western release. Did lie down about with the cigarette, yeah. Well, Capcom already censored cigarettes in the West the previous year with Resident Evil 1. That dog is buff. Smoking in 4 as well. I imagine they didn't have smoking in 1 or 2. It's weird the stuff they'll censor and when they'll censor it. Like with Skies of Arcadia in the Western release, they censored wine. Called it, what was it, Loqua juice? But it was still very clearly alcohol, the way everybody reacted about it. That dog is buff, look at it. And they also censored the final boss, one of his attacks where he grips his sword, pulls it out, and he'd have blood on his hand. They removed the blood. No, Loqua. It's Loqua juice. Made from Loqua berries. But it was like people were still drinking it in the taverns. You first hear about it if you go into the bar that they have on Pirate's Isle after the raid at the start of the game. and they're all celebrating the raid and drinking. They've got bottles in their hands and mugs, and it's like that's so clearly alcohol. You've given it another name, but done nothing to diminish the idea that it's alcohol. It just sounds like this world's version, like this world's alcohol made from a different kind of fruit that doesn't exist in our world. Weird. Censorship, so weird in like the times and places it's done. That dog is not small. Rather this than another way. Let's do it. Pushes the kids in front of them. Broken Sword. I feel like Broken Sword would be a different case because it was a game developed in the West. But there was a lot of Japanese games that had stuff like that censored for whatever reason. Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 also had an alcohol censorship with Barbossa. Barbossa doesn't drink wine or rum in the Western version, but he did in the original Japanese, and he did in the movie that scene is based on. Nothing anyway. You killed my wife. Honestly, I don't remember what they replaced it with. But I know in the original Japanese release of Kingdom Hearts 2, Barbossa drinks in one scene. And that was removed in the Western release, and it was kept removed for every other release that came afterwards, including Final Mix. I say including Final Mix. Final Mix was the release afterwards. So it was not in Final Mix, and it wasn't in the HD versions. Surely this dog doesn't have a huge amount of health. Yeah, Sid has a toothpick in Kingdom Hearts, doesn't he? Is next year the year when I finally start the Kingdom Hearts series on stream? Is my 6th year of streaming when I finally start streaming Kingdom Hearts? It's so you don't have to. You weren't going to anyway. Oof. You made it to Kingdom Hearts 2. Cool. You made it 3 games in. How far did I make it? 6. Not even for like lack of wanting to continue. I just haven't gone past Birth by Sleep. Ooh. Yeah, I'm well aware of your opinion on Kingdom Hearts 3, Bane. So I bought the collection when it went on sale last time on Steam. So I now have all of it on Steam. Previously, I had all of it except the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC on PS4. And I do still have all of it except the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC on PS4. Alright, we should still be here when you get back, Ninja. Good. Yeah, they made it up as they went along. There was one criticism I saw recently that was an evolution of the criticism I had of how the worlds are just, like, the Disney worlds are just the movie plots. I go through the movie plots in a smaller and less interesting way than the movies. And the evolution of that criticism I saw recently was like the original game didn't just do the movie plot. They had their own original ideas going on. Pieces. In, I think, all of the worlds. Like, Wonderland isn't the original plot. Tarzan is. Tarzan is the movie plot. Neverland isn't. Aladdin kind of isn't. It kind of is, it kind of isn't. Halloween Town isn't. Atlantica isn't. And it made all those worlds way more interesting. Olympus Coliseum isn't. And then in later games they all were. And it was like, cool, if I wanted to play the movies, like if I wanted to experience the movies, I'd watch the movies and they would look better. Because for all of Disney's faults, those animated movies look fantastic. It's a big part of my criticism with these live-action remakes that are almost entirely just CGI. Visually, they can't compare to the animated flicks. I can believe that. It's kind of funny, actually. The restriction that I heard for the first one, that the first game couldn't have Mickey as a major character because Disney didn't want them to just coast by on the popularity of Mickey Mouse. And I was thinking about it, and it was like, how popular was Mickey Mouse in 2003? If anything, I feel like the series coasted by on the popularity of Final Fantasy more than Disney. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is Pixar worlds, and there are so many worlds that Disney could have gone with that would have been more interesting than just doing all the Pixar worlds. It's like Toy Story? Yeah, sure, cool. Big Hero 6? It's different. Sure, let's do it. Frozen? You're doing that because it's popular. Absolutely it. Tangled? Again, because it's kind of meme popular. But it's like, you know what would have been good? The Rescuers Down Under. Treasure Planet. Atlantis? The Lost Empire? I would have respected them if they put the Princess and the Frog in there. It's also weird how there was never a Jungle Book world. Oh yeah, Tron turning up out of nowhere in Kingdom Hearts 2 was crazy. It's like going from Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories reused the Kingdom Hearts 1 world, so it's not interesting. Kingdom Hearts 2, the Pride Lands, not overly surprising as a choice going forward. Mulan, not overly surprising. Yeah, you'd think after not being able to do Tarzan again, they would have gone with the Jungle Book. Like Mulan, a little bit interesting, but not entirely surprising. Pirates of the Caribbean was a surprise because it was a live-action movie, and at that point, you open the door for more live-action movies, and then they never did a live-action movie again. Tron doesn't really count. Tron maybe half count. But that you never saw them do something like The Rocketeer. There's so many choices they could have gone with. And by Kingdom Hearts 3, they were the most boring choices. Oh yeah, Recess would have been great. I would have loved it if they'd done some of the TV worlds. A bunch of characters. Why kill off characters when you can just not have them appear for a while? And then when they reappear, that's an easy win in terms of publicity. Like, that's really it. But yeah, no, I would have loved some of the TV worlds. Recess is a big one. Kim Possible. If they'd done a Kim Possible world, or had Kim Possible, Ron Stoppable, Dr. Draken, and Shigo as recurring characters across worlds, that would have been amazing. Tailspin would have been interesting. I feel like do Jungle Book first, then do Tailspin. But like, absolutely. I mean, DuckTales was already there. They already used DuckTales. Like, you can say Huey, Dewey, and Louie came from some of the old Donald Duck thoughts. Sure. But Scrooge McDuck was a DuckTales character. Sure, he first appeared in DuckTales. Timeless River was an interesting choice in Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh yeah, here's classic Disney. Alright, that's kind of really neat. Lloyd in Space. Like, you could have connected Lloyd in Space with Lilo and Stitch. Like the Stitch world in Birth by Sleep, and that would have been really good. It was surprising that it took them to Birth by Sleep to get to some of the classic princess worlds. Like Snow White in particular. Snow White and Cinderella. Still chickens, though. Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 1, they've been lost to darkness. Kingdom Hearts 2, they were back, but they didn't feature in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like the Pride Lands. Pride Lands had been lost to darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1. Mulan's world had been lost to darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1. And then they were there in Kingdom Hearts 2. That was an idea I liked in Kingdom Hearts 2. the summons you had in the first game were characters that still were aware of you in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, because Simba was a summon in Kingdom Hearts 1, he knew Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2, and same with Mushu. Like, that was a good idea, I liked it. But yeah, it's surprising that it wasn't until Birth by Sleep when they got to some of the classic princess worlds. Well. I don't think that's a guy. No, do the pilfer. Doesn't even cost anything, do the pilfer. Cook the chicken. The chicken is a dragoon. God damn. Let's see what that can do. I realized this chicken was also part Yoshi. Do I have anything that will deal with this? Purify work, maybe? Oh, Ray should heal himself. I didn't realize how low his health was. No, I just cures poison. I hope it wears off. Ah. You have to do some investigating, figure out how examine works exactly. Random damage. You defeat a powerful enemy. The Super Chicken. The chickens are attacking. Oh, that sounds like our queue. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll start Kingdom Hearts next year. I got a bunch of RPGs I want to do. I want to do Trails in the Sky, finally. I'd like to do Final Fantasy 13 too. I told Clem I'm going to do Rebirth next year. Let's see if any of those happen. Looks like everybody's just stopped being concerned with the chickens. I don't think she's happy about that. Let's go and ask her. Okay, so we didn't distract the dog or anything, we did straight up kill the dog. Well. That guy's still blocking the door. That guy's still there. Who did I actually get rid of? That guy's still there. That guy's still there. The dog was trying to kill me. If the chickens getting out didn't distract them, then I don't think there's a whole lot that will. These guards are really bad at this. Now,
Move fast, baby, don't be slow. Step aside, reload, time to go. I can't seem to control all this rage that's inside me.
these away. If you could jump that high, just generally, I took one step. There are ghosts in this mansion. If you can jump that high generally, why did we need to break down the wall? That's a good list of improvements. This mansion doesn't seem like somewhere a person would be living. It seems like it's haunted. Thank you, Bane. Still haven't been offered a save point. Is this game generally bad about offering save points? I saw somebody over there. That's a lot of roaches. That's not good. You can take a bunch of damage. And they're fast. Alright. Motherfucker. If there was ever a time for a critical hit, it would be now. So, attacked by a group of 4 roaches who all have access to jump, which does random damage. That seems like some bullshit. Does this count as an inn? Yes. Awesome, that removes the need for the save state. Might be a good place to call it, actually. That did count as an inn. Mansion is grinding. Yeah, that's probably something for a fresh session then. And I would ideally like you to be available for as much of this game as possible, Bane. Bearing in mind it's getting late and it's a Sunday night, you're not going to be able to stick around much longer, so... T-pose idle animation. So it's probably a good idea to call it here. There's some good progress. It feels like this game's been pretty slow. Like, a generally slow pace, and I've quite enjoyed that. Like, it's not breakneck pace. If we think about a bunch of other RPGs from around this time, by this point in FF7, we would have bombed the second reactor. Entirely possible that the almost 4 hours in, entirely possible that the Sector 7 plate would have fallen. I know. Final Fantasy 6, we'd probably be defending Narshe by now. Chrono Trigger, we'd probably be in 10 billion BC. Honestly, this relaxed pace is kind of refreshing. I like it. Yeah, FF9 Lindblom. Dealing with the Festival of the Hunt. FF8, we'd probably be in Timber by now. Yeah, this relaxed pace is pretty nice. Oh yeah, find food. Oh, you've been caught trying to steal food. Go and kill the monster that's making everybody not have food. And break into a mansion. Alright. Appreciate that. Nice. I'm quite enjoying it so far. I recall when I was getting the assets for today's stream, like the logo and such, and the image that I'm going to use for the YouTube thumbnails. I ended up looking over the reception of this game received, and apparently the soundtrack wasn't too well regarded. A jazz-focused soundtrack that people thought was unfitting and generally unremarkable. And it's like, I've kind of enjoyed the music so far. A little simplistic in a lot of areas, honestly, but it's not been bad. Yeah, that's what the Wikipedia page said. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Who did we have today? We had Clem, Panda, Bane, Teak popped in. Teak and Clem both resubbed. Ninja. I think he might have been here at one point. No, I don't think. Old bearings. Yeah, thanks so much for watching the stream and keeping me company. Chat is always the best part of the stream. You're always welcome here, Ninja. If you're not going to play JRPGs, I appreciate your willingness to hang around and enjoy them vicariously through me. Because even if you don't enjoy the gameplay, I'm glad you can enjoy the stories. I did post on the Discord some of the plans we have for the rest of the year. At least one more RPG, which is this. At least this. I want to do at least one horror game for October, which is aimed to be Nightmare Creatures. But I also had the thought, like, if we have the opportunity, Soul Reaver as well would fit in really well with Halloween. Since Halloween's not generally going to be happening this year, because of the year of PlayStation. I would also like to see Nightmare Creatures. I'd also like to see Nightmare Creatures. Pepsi Man, I will stream at some point this year. Welcome on in, Drop the Beat 50. So far, yes. Because it's the only Breath of Fire I've put any real time into yet. Yes. Pepsi Man, at some point. Want to get that done. It's going to be like a single session thing. See whether or not we can get to the end of that. Christmas Eve stream. Could be doable. See how I'm feeling Christmas Day. I'd like to give people the opportunity to have something to hang around with on Christmas Day if they've not got anything going on. Oh, you don't have anything going on? Like, come hang out with some friends. Be your friends. But that's all going to depend on how I feel generally. Yeah, if we do finish this early enough, and we do have the time for another RPG this year, I don't know what it would be. Wild Arms, maybe? I want to play Wild Arms for a long time. But yeah, this is my first playthrough through Breath of Fire 3, Drop the Beat. You've come in at the end of the stream, unfortunately. But so far, I've been quite enjoying this. Been a nice experience. Weekend is always a possibility if we finish this early enough. At this point, though, I was kind of thinking, especially now that the remasters have a release date, like leaving that until the remaster comes out. We'll see. We'll see how we go, but yeah, Breath of Fire 3 continues. Nightmare Creatures will happen at some point over October. Pepsi Man will happen toward the end of the year. I don't know how long Grandia is the issue. Like, I know Suikoden is short. You can do Suikoden comfortably while getting all 108 stars of Destiny within 15 hours. Like, it is not a long game at all. Grandia, I've never played Grandia. No, I wouldn't know. I will say though, even if we don't do Grandia this year, we will do the PlayStation version of Grandia when we get to it. I've seen the HD version, I don't like the way it looks. It looks smudged. I think is probably the best way to put it. But there's always more RPGs on the PlayStation. Big part of the reason why I like the PlayStation so much, it has so many RPGs absolutely worth playing. I mentioned Dragon Warrior 7 earlier. Absolutely want to do that at some point. With its, what was it, like a 20-hour, 20-hour opening. That'd be fun. I have been in talks with Chance, and when Chance is available again, we are planning to do Shin Megami Tensei 1, which will be the PlayStation version. Whether that's going to happen this year or next year, not entirely sure yet. But SMT 1 will happen with Chance. So look forward to the returns of Chrono and Chance doing Shin Megami Tensei. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day. And yeah. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.